So my next view is going to be the canine tooth. So the canine tooth can be a challenging shot because it's such a long-rooted tooth in most dogs. In cats and toy breed dogs, it's pretty easy. But in a medium to large breed dog, this can be a challenging shot. The thing to remember is that the root tip of the canine sits just above or below, if you're talking about the lower one, the distal root of O6. Now, this model isn't exactly anatomically correct, but it usually comes in about here. So when you're placing your plate, you will need to make sure that when your plate is set in the mouth, it goes past number 6 in most medium to large breed dogs. So there's a million ways to do this view. I will change my mind many times, even during a procedure. So I will show you what seems to work best for me. And that's where I take the plate and I'm going to cross across the mouth from right to left. So for this side, I will be going this way. If I'm shooting this side, my plate will go this way. So what that does is the root sits right here, as you can see by my finger. And the reason we want to take the plate and do this with it is that when we cast the shadow from the cone with the radiation beam, we are going to be coming around just shy of lateral. And what that does is it shoots the shadow of that root, or the image of that root, more out into the middle of the nose. So, so having the plate at that angle works really nicely. Now, some people that do this will actually put the crown tip on the corner. A lot of it depends how big your endotracheal tube is. You can do this if you add some gauze in there to kind of keep things in balance. I don't worry so much about getting the crown tip because I figure that's something that can be seen quite easily, but I know there are practitioners that really want to have that whole tooth in the view. So, so if you want to get the whole tooth in the view, you'll put your crown tip right on that front corner here of the plate. And then you'll want to make sure that the plate sits flat against or as close to flat to the palate as possible. And that depends on the width of the mouth. If the mouth is really wide, it'll sit really nicely flat. If it's a narrow, small mouth, the plate will sit right on top of the crown tips of the canines, which you'll see when we do the cat. So I will take a gauze here. It's a little piece of cloth that I have for this. And I'll place it between the endotracheal tube and the plate to provide some support. There we go. So I'm going to cut off the crown because this is a big model, but my plate is now going crossways, and I think you can just make out the edges of the plate through the top of this. Now, when you're shooting this, you are going to be coming up really high. So we're talking about 70 degrees, and we're going to shoot just shy of lateral. Because remember, when we're shooting from this angle from the front, these roots go forward to back. So when you come straight at the front, you're going to elongate your roots. So the more lateral we go, the shorter the image will be. So I go to just about shy of lateral, set my tube head angle to 70 degrees, and shoot.